Alright, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual program, Target Individual Experience. It's about minutes to 8:30, and I can't believe I just checked the bus schedule, and the bus won't arrive at the bus stop till 48 minutes. 48 minutes, right? And again, retaliation because I'm leaving, so they will hold up the bus, and I do mean it this time because, again, never have I left this early, okay? And when I check the bus schedule, the bus is over half an hour, almost damn near almost a whole hour, okay? 48 minutes, right? You know, so as I was leaving again, they were sending me a subliminal message about leaving, using the NY Predator Department, using their sirens to try to intimidate me into staying. Oh, wow, okay, hey, look. You know, from time to time they will, what is that, a Corvette? Sports vehicle? Yeah. They will, I used to see a lot of these sports vehicles. Actually, and these, that's not even I guess you can consider it a supercar. It depends on which version that is of the Corvette, right? But they usually have I see a lot of like Lamborghini, Ferrari, early on in my targeting, trying to use those things to try to keep me silent, right? Or you keep silent, do what we tell you to do, you'll become wealthy, just don't help black people though, just be a gatekeeper, right? So I was like, nope. So yeah, I'll see them will start counting money in front of me, and sometimes they take out a stack of cash. I mean, in what seems like thousands of dollars, right? And count it in front of me. But I'm always like, nope, will not be a gatekeeper. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. All right, so just had to take some money out of the bank just for the week, and again, I guess I'm going to walk up because this bus is going to take quite a while, and I am not. Look who parked up there. Let me show you guys who parked up there, right next to the Target. You guys see the NYPD vehicle right next to the Target up there? So why is that significant? Today, Pam, when she had a Target bag with her, right? And every time she comes into the living room, she would look down at the Target bag, right? So again, just showing you guys how they do these things. And so, of course, they know I'm going to the bank, and that's why they do that. And look, we'll pulls up there, fire truck. The fire truck SUV pulls out of the double park up there. Let me see if I can get out in the street and show you guys. Hold up, I gotta get to. Oh man, there's a lot of cars up there now. Let me see, raise my phone. I don't know if you guys can see it, where you see the lights on top. All right, that's the fecal department SUV. Oh, it's turning right there. Look at it right there. Just turn it right there. See that? I guess they couldn't bring out the fire truck, so they will find other ways in which to target me, right? This is what they'll do. They'll find other ways in which to target me. Just hear the whoop, just heard that. I wonder why. Oh, because I'm looking at the, okay, where's my attention taking me to? The vehicle right here, for sale, 124 miles, might be 124,000 miles. Right, this red vehicle right here. Oh, now you hear the fire truck in the background? Uh-oh, guess who's here? Car number 3467. Uh-oh, see? There you go up there. As soon as I again, exposing what it is that they were doing today. And so, yeah. Wow, look at that. Look at that. See, I tell you guys, it's never ending. They just readjust their targeting and they'll come back. Right? So let's go, let's see. Are they going up there? No. Yeah, anyhow. But yeah, so that's what they were doing. And of course I mentioned it, that's when you start hearing the fire trucks afterwards, realizing what it is that they were doing. Yeah. So what else? What happened today? Yeah, so my son came back from his meeting his friend, as you say, who's a girl, supposed to go to the Brooklyn Museum. They never went to the museum because I asked him, did you guys go to the museum? No. I said, what'd you guys do? Oh, we just hang outside the museum, went to the library. I said, really? And again, this is why, I had to tell Pam again, I said, next time you make sure that you get her parent number or whoever, even if it's his male friends from school. You make sure that you get their parents' number, that you know who your son is with, okay? Because again, most of our women today, particularly in the black community, all right, even when we were younger, when I was younger, it was different. My mom knew my friends' parents, or she knew my friends. They had their home number. So when she wanted to get in touch with us, if that's where we're going, she'll know. She calls. Hey, time to come home. But it's different. It's different. Kids today, because a lot of single parent household led in our community are black women, and they're too busy still trying to have their fun. They're women, so. And like I said, these people who create these types of programs for conditioning, they know this. They know the mindset of women. They know the mindset of men. They condition us a certain way, so they know how we think. There's a video, I talk about this a lot, video, Yuri, I forgot his last name, but, he used to work for Russian intelligence, and I guess he came over here, either he defected or he came over here. He's an ex-KGB officer, and he talks about how the indoctrination process starts within the school system. So by the time you graduate out of high school here in the United States, they already know exactly how you think. They know exactly how we all think, okay? Now within certain communities, it might be a little different, but they know how they think as well. This is something that we have to always keep in mind, right? The indoctrination process within the school system, what it is meant to do. Okay? This is why they're dumbing down math, because they don't want critical thinking. And they know that they use how these new technologies, cell phones, Wi-Fi, all these radio and microwave frequencies, it affects you. It affects human beings. Go look up, they've been doing research on this stuff in the 1970s. Go look up the biological effect of microwave and radio wave frequencies, right? Then you can find from the Department of, I forgot what agency it is. It's a federal agency though. And they've been doing research on this stuff since the 1970s. So they know what it does. They know that. We don't, because we're not educated on these things. Particularly those of us here those of us in the black community. We're, like I said, we're when it comes to I gotta put my bag on my back. When it comes to technology and understanding technology and what goes into technology, right? is, we have no clue, but we know how to use it. Okay? Right? We know how to use it. I wonder why they're here, though. I mean, I know there's little stuff. I don't know what's going on over there. But this is an African burial ground. Years ago, they were doing construction, I guess, to build on the lot. And they actually found graves, right? Enslaved people who were buried here. So it's been designated a historical site. So, right? So this is the African burial ground site right here. And, so probably, I don't know what that is. But maybe that's why the cops are here. But, anyhow, we have to understand these technologies. And I understand, we're busy with our lives and stuff like that, but they have a direct effect on us. A lot of kids today can't remember anything. Right? They can't. And again, this is why you see in the school system how they dumbing down the math, because they know, particularly in urban areas where you have a lot of noise campaigning too. And again, there was a FAA study, either 2008 or 2009, something like that, but in the early 2000s, or within the early 2000s, right? And in this study, it talks about the negative cognitive effect of noise. So when you have planes flying above, you have helicopters, you have police making noise with their sirens, you have fire trucks, and this is all day, every day, okay? And particularly during school hours, it affects the cognitive ability of children, even adults. I know it affects me. Right? I know when they start with the noise campaign, particularly when it comes to the remote monitor and they use the car honk and the sirens, it's nerve-wracking. It really is. It's like you feel like you're going insane. That's how it is. And then afterwards, my short-term memory is just kaput. And then they'll do, like, for example, I was leaving tonight, and my daughter had went into one of the what do you call this? Storage cabinet to get two washcloths, and she left the cabinet door open. So I said to her, close the back. When she came out of the bathroom, I said, okay, you're not dressed. So you go back, and when you come out the bathroom, when you bathe and you come out, then you can close it back. So I went downstairs to put laundry in the dryer, right? And I came upstairs. There were a pack of toilet paper on the floor right in front of the cabinet. It was closed, right? The storage container, I should say, and the storage shelf container. And it was closed. I asked Pamela, I said, did you close the storage shelves? She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, because there's a pack of toilet paper on the floor. And I asked Ethan, he said no. So I said, okay, it might be Alyssa. But somehow I think she did it, in order, they like to do these tests after, they've been targeting me heavily, because again, they always, like I said, I have to laugh because, out of the 10 things that I remember, there is like 80 things that I don't remember, right? Because of what they do. But they'll hawk on this one thing. And again, sometimes to test my short-term memory, right? And I always say that, listen, some things I remember, some things I don't remember. Simple as that. I can be sitting down, put my phone down, get up, and I don't know where my phone is at. If I go into the bathroom or come back, I'm like looking in my pockets for my phone. Because I swear I have my phone in my pocket, right? And I don't, right? I had put it down. I had no memory of it. Okay? And, this stuff happens to me all the time, right? So, sometimes she'll tell me things and I'll just totally forget it. And it's like she never told me. And again, this is how she also tried to gaslight me because at times my memory is pretty bad, my short-term memory is pretty bad. So she'll use that, right? She will literally use that to manipulate me. It's like, I'm like, wow. And then she'll go, oh, well, you got bad memory, right? But then if I don't remember something that she like let's say if I said to her, okay, I watched the kids a certain day and I can't remember me saying that, she'd be like, you remember? I'm like, well, okay, but you know I have bad memory, right? That I don't remember. But all of a sudden now you expect me to remember because now it benefits you. When it doesn't benefit you, then I have bad memory. Like when I, you know what I'm saying? And I even told her that today. I said, you're always talking about teamwork, but you only want teamwork when it benefits you. If it benefits anybody else, forget it. Particularly me, it's not, you don't want to do teamwork, And I said, when I'm doing laundry, I don't ask you to take the laundry downstairs. I take it downstairs. I could do laundry, cook, help the kids with their homework, and not even ask her to clean up the stove or wash the dishes, But when she doesn't, it's like she got to share the load. You know what I'm saying? And I just shake my head at her all the time. I said, listen, you share the load when it's on you, but when it's on anybody else, you don't want to share the load, right? You want them to handle it 100%. But that's how women are. When it comes to like if you're living with a woman and she wants you to pay all the bills, and she didn't want to pay nothing at all, right? But let's say if you get unemployed and she has to pay more of the bills, she don't like that. Because now she has to carry that load, until you get back on your feet. But they don't like that. They hate that. You know what I'm saying? They don't. And again, it's just, women, it's what it's called hypergamy, right? So again, as a man, you got to understand that, and those are things that we're not taught when we're younger, Like I tell my oldest son all the time, I said, listen, you're working in your 20s, save your money. Save your money. Go out once in a while. Don't date. If you date two person, that's it. Okay? And then after 6 months of dating, then you need to, well, of course you gotta let them know, right? And after 6 months of dating, then you choose which one you think is the better match for you. And I said, always pick the one that's going to be on your program. I said, because women they have been conditioned to thinking when they're younger that they don't want a man, they want to be strong and independent, right? But when they get into their 30s, mid-30s, upper 30s, and into their 40s, they don't, now they want you to do everything. They want you to pay all the bills, right? Because, I look at it like when women mature faster than men at a young age. But men mature and grow individually and as people when we're older, because we learn from our experience. Women don't. Women age backwards in their mind. Okay, so as they're getting older, their mind is regressing into their younger 20-something-year-old self. Particularly when they reach 40, because when they reach 40, they go through a midlife crisis at 40, right? And you'll see that their mindset begins to age backwards. You know what I'm saying? Whereas men, our mindset are more on growth because of our experience, and particularly as black men, because we know when we were younger how this system is. In the workplace how it is, right? Our women, on the other hand, like I said, they're in their 40s and they're still trying to find who they are. They're still confused about their sexuality. Men we're not in our 40s trying to find our sexuality. We know who we are. And why? Because of, again, the lack of parenting and the lack of support from their parents. Right? So at a certain age, I know I'm a straight male. Ain't no boy when I was like 12, 13 years old think he's going to come and, try to make me gay. That's not going to happen. I know at that point I'm attracted and solidifying who I am as a male and the fact that I like the opposite sex, right? And the girls should be the same way too. But what we find within the past 2 decades is that a lot of young girls are being confused about their sexuality. Why? Because of what is called social contagion, right? And how society, those that are in control of society, nudge certain groups of people into behaving, right, or identifying themselves. Okay, and I always talk about this case in Sweden, where they put a stop to giving children hormone pills, right? And these operations to make them appear to be female or male, right? When they look at all of the data, when they look at all the data within the past 20 years, they said, no, look at this shit. Look at this. Now all of a sudden, bus is not in service. See this shit? Retaliation. Retaliation. That's all this is. And I can tell, right? Because I've been out here for what? This is what? This video is over 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Okay? So anyway, right? So Sweden, the government in Sweden said we're not going to do that because we need to look at other factors as why. Because prior to the past 2 decades prior to that, the growth in young children identifying as bi, trans, or LGBTQ was very low. And within the past 2 decades, there was such an exponential jump that they said we need to start looking at what's happening externally, because that has a direct influence on the mind. And they came up with this thing called social contagion. Well, they didn't come up with it, but that's what it's called, social contagion, right? Just like Facebook was using psychological manipulation and what is called, again, what was it called? Was it social contagion? Oh, that might have been Facebook. The other one was called, I might get stuff confused here now. See what I mean? But anyhow, it's either. Yes, that's right. So Facebook, let's come back to me. Facebook were using what is called emotional contagion, meaning that they were allowing certain posts to be posted on your page to affect your emotion, to affect your mood, right? So if they want to make you feel sad, they will. You won't see a lot of posts, or your post won't be seen by your Facebook friends, and then you wouldn't see their posts, and you're like, hey, what's going on? So after doing that to you for about a week or so, you start to feel a little, you might feel a little depressed, a little sad, what have you, and then they will flood your timeline with all these posts and people liking your posts because now they're seeing it. So now they affect your emotions now to now where you're feeling happy, right? This is what they do to me in Fortnite, and I began to recognize that when I was playing Fortnite, this is what they were doing, right? And I'm gonna tell you exactly how, okay? And it's very, very, very genius, I should say. So if I'm playing Fortnite, when I can talk about how they will come in and sabotage the game that I'm in, particularly the mission. So when they sabotage the mission, it's like you're always defeated, right? Because you never get to particularly if there's 4 players playing, there's no way that, and particularly everybody at a high level, there's really no way we should be defeated in this mission. But what they'll do, like I said, let's say if I'm one side of the structure, they will open up the other side of the structure and let the enemies go in and destroy whatever it is that we're trying to protect. And then they will leave, right? They would leave. And so when they leave, right, there's like a certain sound that the game makes, and then the player that leaves, or the players that leave, will be highlighted. It shows up as blue text with a white background. Okay? And then another aspect is that the use of colors again, like the use of green. So let's say if I'm mining or I'm retrieving certain items that are green, excuse me, they will use the police sirens. If I'm climbing up a hill or jumping, excuse me, or if I'm jumping up on a ledge or jumping up, they'll use the police siren. When I'm jumping down or if I'm falling down, they will use the car honking, right? And it was affecting my emotion until, I don't know why I keep sneezing. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I started doing is I started purchasing certain emotes, right? Or certain characters that I can use to target them with. And when I would go into the game with certain characters, and I'll give you an example, right? They would leave the game immediately, right? So let's say if I buy a character or I get a character that is of a certain color, I use a certain, what do you call it, mining tool, right? So let me give you an example. So the character that I use to affect them the most, okay, is Captain America, the Black Captain America, the Falcon, the whole Falcon matchup, Captain America, right? And he has the shield with the star, okay. And so that, and then I use certain types of emoji dance, right? So there's a dance called the chicken wing, then there's another dance, what's the other dance? So the one dance called the chicken wing. The other one, there's another dance called, it was something like left foot in, right foot out. So I use that. Then I would use, what else? Oh yeah. Then I'll use the WWE Championship belt, okay. And then after I do that, I use like one of the emotes where the character is sitting in the chair eating popcorn, and they'll use other things too. And again, this is how they condition me in Fortnite. So I do things to condition them also, right? So when I pick a certain combination of character with the emotes and the dances, right? They will, when I get into the game, they will all leave. Okay? And then they'll come back after they, I guess, create a new set of targeting tools to come back in the game in another mission, right? And so when I realized how they were using certain things in Fortnite to negatively affect me, and for example, like if they leave and I'm playing by myself and I ended the game or the mission with a victory, they will send out the fire trucks, they will use the police sirens, that sort of thing, right? And so it's like like I said, it's always to keep you in a negative space. I was watching a video with Dr. Ray Higgins today. He talks about how the COINTELPRO program, and how they, what was happening, particularly in the black community, and what continues to happen today. How they attack people that speak the truth, that understand, that know history, that have certain information or learn certain things, that they keep you on the 24/7 watch, and they sabotage every effort because they don't want you influencing other people, and they don't want other people learning the truth, other black people learning the truth. This is why, again, I always talk about how they'll, the religious fanatic, the religious cults, how they always try to do things to try to bring it back under the fold of Christianity, right? And it's usually through like threats. So if you don't follow Christ, it's that time, they'll start looking at my unk. It's like Pam was doing tonight. I start looking at my unk. And also what they start doing too is looking at my, I have a jacket on. My jacket is, it's a members only jacket, right? Members only, it was very popular, right? And so what they'll start doing is that they'll basically look at the pocket where it says members only, right? That's what they'll look at. They'll just basically look at that, And, I started noticing it, and then Pam started doing it too. And I was like, okay. And as I said, Pam started doing it, you hear the police siren. They get very low. Not this one, not this car right here though. Right? And, and I'm just like, wow. So it just tells you how what they'll do is that they'll do these things outside when I'm outside, and then eventually it will happen in the house, either at my house or by Pam. Same targeted method, just indoor, right? So what they have to prime you, they have to condition you, and again, these are things that have been done repeatedly, right, over and over again. It takes weeks, sometimes it'll take a week, other times it may take more than that, right? But once you start to notice these repeated patterns, they're conditioning you. That's what they're doing. All right. I think my bus is here. Anyway, I'm not going to stop the recording because I don't know what this police car is going to do. Last night when I got on the bus, there was a police car behind the bus, and I did a short video. I forgot to upload it too. And And because I took my phone out to record them, it was only a couple of seconds, maybe about 15, 16 seconds or so. Then they, as I got on the bus, they turned on their sirens and their lights, and started with this very aggressive driving on the side of the bus, what have you. So yeah, they're constantly, continuously doing these things, right? Yeah. All right. So I don't think these police officers are there for that, for these people right here. Again, this is probably what they're doing in terms of surveilling me, making sure I get on the bus. I guess they're foot soldiers, compromised in whatever way, so they now doing the work themselves. But we'll see when I get off the next bus stop. If hold on a second, let me get my bag. All right. Yeah, we'll see. Oh look, my favorite number 32 on the bus. Check it out. Alright, wait till it comes closer. Check it out, check it out. All right. You guys can see, but that's not the bus number up there. I don't have the number in the front. Right? Look, another of those sports cars talking about. See, right? Good enough.
Thank you, Java.